Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, ready for all seasons. The Kawasaki Ridge XR Crew Limited HVAC side-by-side keeps cool in the summer, dry in the rain, and warm in the winter. Conquer any trail, creek, or blizzard while staying comfortable the whole way. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. Look for more sun than clouds this week. The high today should be around 45, but we may hit 60 by the weekend. White Pine County Commission expected to take up several controversial procedural and personnel matters at its meeting on Wednesday. New Commission Chair Paula Carson plans to propose changes to public comment rules, limiting opening comments to agenda items only and moving general public comment to the end of the meeting, which could last up to 4 hours. Commission also signaling a shift away from written comments, favoring in-person testimony, and limiting the reading of submitted statements. Commissioners will also consider formally reassigning duties previously handled by the former county manager. Backup materials warn that leaving those responsibilities undefined could expose the county to liability, delay projects, and strain relationships with other governmental agencies. Tensions with the county finance office remain unresolved. The agenda includes a formal job performance evaluation of Finance Director Kathy Workman, with possible outcomes ranging from continued employment to termination. The meeting begins at 9 a.m. Wednesday in the White Pine County Library Conference Room. Meanwhile, one office will remain unmanned at the moment. We'll find out more about this later, but we understand there is a posting up now for a human resources director in the county offices. Ely City Council received positive news during its Thursday meeting regarding the city's building official. New building official Chris Flannery told council members recent family health issues should be resolved in time for him to begin work on February 23rd. In the meantime, the council approved an agreement with Safe Built LLC to provide as-needed building inspection and plan review services. Council members also approved a Class II liquor license for Danny's Place Discount Liquor at the Chevron station on East Altman Street. Sheriff's Office reports several arrests and investigations from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday's blotters. Deputies handled multiple juvenile cases at local schools involving vaping devices, alcohol possession, and batteries, all referred to juvenile probation. Working with the Eastern Nevada Narcotics Task Force, deputies arrested 42-year-old Charles Ross of Ely on warrants for 2 counts of selling a controlled substance. His bail set at $100,000. Also arrested was 24-year-old Dagan Hay of Ely for carrying a concealed weapon without a permit, both innocent until convicted in a court of law. Other calls include a hit-and-run, report of shots fired that were unfounded, vandalism at a truck stop, and several accidents referred to Nevada State Police. Deputies also responded to welfare checks and domestic disturbances and investigated the death of an Ely man, Donald Harcastle, which was ruled natural causes. On Saturday, deputies responded to reports of a power outage, domestic disturbances, suspicious activity, and several traffic-related complaints. A missing juvenile quickly located and reunited with a parent, and a reported intoxicated driver transported to a healthcare facility for assistance. Other calls included a possible dog poisoning, a pellet gun incident that remains under investigation, and an unusual report involving a semi-truck transporting bees. In other news, Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford moving forward with the expected run for governor in 2026 while drawing criticism over some of his political alliances and policy positions, including posting photos of himself at a campaign event with Democrat socialist anti-semite Sean Navarro, who shamefully celebrated the October 7 attacks on Israel. Ford has recently appeared at events with progressive advocacy groups and figures, including reproductive rights organizations and members of left-leaning activist groups. Supporters say those appearances reflect his emphasis on issues like reproductive freedom and voting access. Critics argue some associations are outside the political mainstream. Ford has also faced questions about his past work on national commissions focused on misinformation, as well as his opposition to voter ID requirements. His campaign has not responded to requests for comment. Congressman Mark Amodei once again drawing a crowded field of challengers in Nevada's 2nd Congressional District. Amodei won his last 7 elections by an average margin of 22 points. The district still leans heavily Democrat. The GOP voters still leans heavily Republican, GOP voters holding a 13-point registration advantage over Democrats. This week, wealthy Tahoe investor Greg Kidd entered the race as a Democrat after losing to Amodei as an independent in 2024. He joins 4 other Democrats and 2 Republican challengers. Tax season officially opens today for Nevadans. Filing remains simpler than in most states. Nevada has no state income tax. Residents only need to file a federal return. IRS begins accepting 2025 tax returns today, most taxpayers facing an April 15th deadline. While some returns may already be prepared, they couldn't be submitted until now. This year also comes with uncertainty as Congress debates a sweeping proposal known as the One Big Beautiful Bill that could change federal tax policy, but those changes are unlikely to affect returns filed this year. The Bobcats basketball team split their weekend home contest, winning Friday night against Lake Mead Christian Academy 53-50, falling to the top team in Division IIA Needles on Saturday afternoon 73-39. The Ladycats also fell to Needles on Saturday 60-21. The Needles Lady Mustangs are 5th in Division IIA. In wrestling, Maddox Sedlacek brought home a great prize for White Pine County at the Walter Marietta Vaquero Classic Tournament in Fernley over the weekend. Not only did he finish first in the 215-pound weight class, he also got the Outstanding Wrestler Award for the upper weight classes. The Bobcats team finished 4th out of the 31 teams participating, Jake Hall placing 2nd at 190 pounds. Kanan Sedlacek finished 4th in the 175-pound division. Theron Hernandez earned 3rd place at 138 pounds. Landon Nielsen took 4th at 132. And Jacob Reynoso placed 4th in the 106-pound weight class. The Ladycats wrestling team did well, finishing 5th overall at the meet. Individually, Connie Gubler placed 4th at 105 pounds. Livy Wayland, a 2nd place finish at 135. Julianne Hughes took 3rd at 140. And Addie Costello placed 3rd in the 145-pound division. And for the first time since the late 60s, there will be no members of the Sellers family coaching football in Nevada. After 16 years as head coach and more than 2 decades overall with the program, Luke Sellers has stepped down as Elko High School's football coach. Sellers announced the decision on Wednesday, citing family priorities, including his 2 youngest children being seniors at Elko. Sellers finishes with a 106-56 record, leading the Indians to 6 straight semifinal appearances. Elko going 9-2 this past season, falling to Moapa Valley in the semifinals. Sellers plans to teach 1 more year at Elko, closing a chapter in one of Nevada's most recognizable football families. For Sahara Motors, that's your check of news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.